Okay, so I'm going to show you really quickly how to set up a Metahuman in Unreal Engine 5.6 in a way that will work best for modular wardrobes in Overcrowd. And so this involves using the older body types as well as conforming the head size to something that will work a lot better with, modular hats and hair. All right, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have all the plugins we need installed. So that involves the Overcrowd plugin as well as the Metahuman plugins. So let's go up to Edit, Plugins, and let's search Metahuman. And if you search Metahuman, you basically want to just select all of the Metahuman plugins here. Don't worry about this Metahuman Extra Tools. That's just one I have. But you don't need this bottom one either, the Metahuman Runtime, because that is deprecated. And once you select all of those, and then of course, make sure you have Overcrowd installed. And once you select all of those, you'll be prompted to restart. So just go ahead and do that. And once you've restarted, you can then come down here to your content drawer and right click, and we're going to go to this Metahuman menu here, and we're going to select a Metahuman character. And we can just name this Man1. So let's go ahead and open up that. And we have some missing project settings here. So just go ahead and click Enable Missing, and then it'll prompt you to restart. So just go ahead and do that again. And now that we're back, we can go back to our content drawer and open up our Metahuman character. All right, great. So we're just going to use some of the presets for this. So let's go to the preset, and let's see here. We'll start with Bruce. So let's double click on Bruce. So since the static VAT wardrobes of Overcrowd can't really change to all the different parametric body types, at least not yet, we want to use just a standard body type that all of our wardrobe will fit. So we're going to use the standard male, tall, normal body type from the original Metahumans. So to do that, you can go over to the body here, and we can go to Model. And we're actually missing a button here. There's parametric, and we're missing a button here, and that is because it needs to be enabled in the project settings. So go up to Edit and go to Project Settings, and you can come down all the way to the Metahuman project settings, the Metahuman character right there. So we'll click on that, and under fixed body types, you want to click on Show Compatibility Mode Bodies. So check that. And then we can go ahead and close that. And let's just go ahead and save this. And we're going to close it and reopen it. And that button should be back there. And we'll come down here. And then under body, go to model. And there we go. We have the fixed compatibility one. And you can see here are all the old Metahuman body types. So we're going to change the height to tall because we have a wardrobe that fits this body type, and we're going to select the male normal, and those clothes should, so yeah, as soon as you click out of there, that clothing will fit, but we actually don't need that clothing. We don't want that. So let's come down to the hair and clothing tab, and we are going to just double click and get rid of that. Great. So now what we want to do is actually fix the head size. With the Metahumans in Unreal Engine 5.6, the heads are a lot bigger, it seems, than the original ones. And you can see his head just looks a little big on this body type. And they're also, not standard sizes across all the different preset Metahumans. So I'm going to show you how you can conform the preset Metahuman heads to the same size. So you can do that by coming over to the head tab here. And what we want to do is actually reset the head parameters. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom here and click reset. And his head's going to kind of switch to this weird looking face here. And we bring back Bruce's face by just grabbing one here and throwing it into the blend. And now you can just grab each of these and blend it back to Bruce. All right, and now that we have it all blended back to Bruce, we can come down here, scroll down to the bottom, and where it says head scale 1, we actually want to make this 0.9. And that should make it just about the same size as the older metahumans, and that will make it so, all of our clothing, all of our helmets that we have will actually fit this head. All right, so now that we've done that, we can come up here and click Create Full Rig, and then once that's done, make sure to download your textures, and depending on the performance of your machine and how many characters you're going to be doing, you can select which texture works best for you, the best resolution. I have used 8K resolution textures on my Metahumans with Overcrowd, and it totally works, with a video card with 24 gigs of VRAM. But I recommend doing, 4K just for performance, if unless you're going to really need to be right up in their face. So go ahead and download that. And once those are downloaded, we can come down to our assembly tab over here and click assemble. And once that's done, you can come up here and save, and your Metahuman should now be ready for use in Overcrowd. It should have a head that will fit. All right, and now you should have a new Metahumans folder. And in there, you'll see the Metahuman blueprint. And if you go ahead and open that up and click on your viewport, there he is. So you can repeat that process as many times as you want for all of the Metahuman presets, and you will end up with a bunch of Metahuman heads ready for your Overcrowd modular wardrobes.